Hey guys, what's up? It's Harley and we are here today to do our week 2 Realmathon vlog. So I've already filmed everything and I hope you enjoy it. So let's just get right into it, shall we? So, bit of a late week update. It is actually Thursday. So, yeah, didn't film nothing for most of the week. The beginning of the week was a little rough, okay? We were carrying over from rough end of the week. So, I have done some reading, definitely not as much as the first week, but we'll get into that. So, I still haven't finished Inherit the Stars. I'm bad. Like, I'm working on it. It's just, I'm going really slow. Like, I feel like I'm making progress when I'm reading, and then I look and I'm like, I've barely read anything. It doesn't help that I keep falling asleep. Not because the book's boring. I actually really like the book. I will say the section I'm at right now is a little boring. She's just going from like person to person, and I'm like, okay. But otherwise, I'm still interested in that. I did read another book, which I think I said I was going to read this at the end of my last vlog. But I did end up reading Silver Elite by Danny Francis. And I had like mixed feelings on this. Also, like, look at this edition. Like, it's beautiful. I love it. So this is like a dystopian fantasy kind of. Yeah. It feels dystopian for sure, but they do have like some powers, which gives it that fantastical element. So our main character, Ren, has been living with her Uncle Jim. He's not really her uncle, but he's been taking care of her this whole time, and he has been training her to both learn her powers but also like suppress them, and so she like blends in with everybody, because these people with powers, they're called mods because they're modified. They are being like hunted and killed, and also like used for the primes, people without power. They like have select ones that they use in their like army or whatever. And her uncle is training her. At the beginning of this book, her uncle ends up getting taken, and he's like on death row getting ready to be killed, and she's in the crowd and uses her ability, well, one of her abilities, to try to save him. Like, they're getting ready to execute him, they're gonna shoot him on stage, and she is like projecting them to like turn their guns away, and suddenly they start doing it, and she's like, what's happening? Because she doesn't fully understand this power, and she does manage to get them to lower their guns, and then she has them raise them to their own heads, and she was going to have them shoot themselves. But she didn't have that much control over her power, and they were able to break away, and her uncle did get executed, sadly. They're not sure what's up with Ren, so they like kind of send her to this training area. I'm a little confused. Like, is this like army vibes? I don't know. But she gets sent off to this training group to train in Silver Block and eventually Silver Elite. At first, she wants nothing to do with it. She just wants to go home, but no matter what she does, she's trying to like fail everything, so they kick her out. They will not kick her out. They're like, no, you're stuck here. So she ends up getting an offer from like a rebel team, rebel group, whatever, I don't know, to kind of become their spy inside the prime, whatever the heck they're doing. There are others as well, but she accepts this and decides, all right, I gotta make the team, the squad, whatever the heck it is. And she starts putting effort into actually completing tasks and doing them well, because like she's doing a whole 180 on everything. Like, she was sucking, and now she's like, I'm gonna show them what I can do. And she also finds herself like making friends with the people in her block. She did not want to make friends with them, but she kind of ends up being like, I like these people, a couple of them at least. But yeah, that's basically the gist of this book. It was giving me like Divergent vibes, with like how in Divergent they kind of had to like get used to this new group that they joined. If you were outside of the Dauntless gang, that's what it felt like. It felt like you were like doing these little tasks and things to become Dauntless, but in this case to join Silverblock. So it was giving me those vibes. Like I said, I had like mixed feelings about this. Like, I was kind of enjoying it, but I felt like it was going a bit slow. Like, I definitely feel like pages could have been cut. This is a long book. It's like just over 500 pages. I feel like things could have been cut and it could have been a little quicker. But like, I did enjoy it, and I am intrigued for book 2. Stuff happened at the end, and I was very excited to see A Certain Somebody. So I will be reading the next book, but I ended up giving this one like a 3.75 star. So let's talk about what points I used for this book. So as I did say, this book is over 500 pages, so that gets us 40 points just for page count, which once again, I don't even think I said this, I am on Team Mages. I don't think I said that in my last video at all. I think I did write it in the description, but I did not say it. But obviously I attacked every other team. So I'm on Team Mages. This book is 40 points for page count because it is over 500 pages. We did 4 points for Know the in the title, 3 points for character with a hidden identity because she's pretending not to be modded, 2 points for reading a recent haul instead of something on my TBR. I did just recently get this one, so. And I decided to read a pretty book for 1 point because I think this is a pretty edition. I do like it. I like, especially like the side. Like, I don't know, something about that is like very pleasing to me. But yeah, let's see how much that added up to. I believe that means it's 10 points. Oh, okay, wait. Forgot a little something. So 10 points for just the regular prompts. But I also did 10 points for foiling on the cover because like some of this is like foiled. It's like kind of weird. You can't really tell, but like there are like little foily parts, and like the author's name is a little bit foiled, so I consider that foiled. I also did the competition trials because she is doing some kind of trial thing to like join this team. So I think that is 32 points if I can math correctly, which let's not talk about that. But yeah, that is it for this book. I did also start another book. I started Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry, and I'm actually really enjoying this one. I'm not super far into it. You can like see. I'm only on chapter 6, but I'm liking it so far. I'm listening to the audiobook while I like flip along, and I like our main character Odessa. I think she's interesting and a lot more there to see than what the rest of the world sees. And I just got to the part where the like prince from the other kingdom or whatever has come and has been like, I don't want your one daughter, I want the other one. And so she's getting ready for her wedding night. So that's basically where I'm at with my books. So I finished one book and I'm still reading 2 more, and maybe hopefully Friday and Saturday I'll have more updates for you, because you know, like I said, I didn't update at all at the beginning of the week. So it is Friday the 13th, and I honestly am really tired. I'm probably gonna go take a nap, right? Sansa's excited, but I'm going to always. I'm going to read and hear at the start until I fall asleep, which probably will not take me long. Yeah, I know. And then later, come here. I'm sorry. I hit you with the Kindle. Later, I think I'm going to listen to Shield of Sparrows though and sort through my puzzle because I'm still working on that. I haven't really touched it in quite a bit. So I think I'll sort by color and like listen. So I'll update you guys later after my nap. So your girl took her nap and then woke up thinking she was late for work the next morning. And it was still the same day. So that's how the nap went. I mean, it was really good. Yeah. And I did get a little bit further into Inherit the Stars, but not that much. In case you don't know what this book is about, basically this is like Sailor Moon inspired. They all like live on planets, and our main character Sarah is a healer. She has like magical healing abilities, but she's also dealing with an addiction to her healing abilities. She gets like a rush of energy whenever she heals somebody. It's been getting worse lately. So her mother is also a healer and is the healer for the Lord on Mars where they live. But her mother ends up disappearing and the Lord brings Sarah in to be his new healer. And then suddenly there's like a competition to become the solar... There's a competition to become the solar sovereign of the universe, I guess. There hasn't been one since King Solric, and he was kind of a tyrant. So, like, each planet has had their own, like, ruler. But now the council or whatever is like, we need one person to rule over everybody. So all the planets are, like, competing against each other to get this role. And where I'm at, they're still doing trials. They're in this, like, mirror trial right now, which is not my favorite. Like, just before that, she was going from person to person in her team and just, like, talking to them, and it's a little boring. I do like this book, but, like, this section I'm in is a little boring, and I can't wait to get out of it. But where I left off, they just finally, like, I don't know if they made it through the mirror trial or just partway through it, but they hear the other team fighting something. So it sounds like it might get a little action-y, which I'm excited about. But I'm going to do a little puzzling for a little bit. It is... What time? It was like 10 o'clock, almost 11. I took a nap and time went away, and then I was forced to go play Wii golf. But yeah, I'm going to go sort through my puzzle and listen to Shield of Sparrows. Okay, last little update before I go to bed. I did listen to a bit more of this. I think I listened to like 3 chapters, and I'm still liking this. I don't think I talked about what this one was about yet. So basically, this girl's sister was supposed to be married off to this prince or whatever, and they came there, and he said he didn't want to marry the sister. He wanted to marry her, Odessa, our main character. And her sister had been, like, trained her whole life to, like, be the sparrow, the one that would be married off for, like... I'm a little confused about, like, what exactly the sparrow is. The first one was named Sparrow. I don't know if it's, like, just a daughter from each royal line has to be married off to, like, a certain person. I don't know. But he doesn't want her sister May. He wants her. They're all kind of frazzled by that because, like I said, May has been trained since like forever, and I'm getting like kind of wicked stepmother vibes from her stepmother, Margot. She's kind of a little bitchy, okay? Margot and May are just not thrilled that he's passing her over for her sister, and the king isn't quite thrilled either, but he does agree to it. Basically, May was gonna go there to spy, and so now it's Odessa's job to go there and spy, and she hasn't been trained for anything. So yeah, that's basically what this is about. And I'm at the part, she just got married off to the prince, and they have just left her home. They've just left her home and are, I guess, now heading back to his. And so I'm very interested to see what changes and where the story's gonna go. I have thoughts, but I don't want to say them. But should I say them? Okay, we're gonna say it. This Prince Xavier has been very hush-hush, doesn't speak much. He just spoke to her. But basically, this guardian guy has been like taking charge and making all the decisions, and I kind of wonder if this guardian fellow is like really the prince. I don't know, like, have any of them seen this guy where they live? I don't know, because when they went there, they didn't even know that the prince was there. And then they like made him announced or whatever, and they're like, oh my god, he's like in the lineup. I'm wondering if it's like a fake prince, and like really this guardian dude is the one in charge and is actually the one that's married to her. I don't know. We'll find out eventually. But that is it for this one. I'm going to go read more of Inherit the Stars and fall asleep and go to bed. Well, I will catch up with you tomorrow, and we'll see if I make progress on anything. Okay, I took a break just so I can talk about this, because as you can see, I'm in the middle of freaking nowhere, like nowhere. I just had like a genius thought. I've decided to listen to the last Lion Game audiobook. Was it like 7 Minutes in Heaven or something? And I think I just had like a brilliant thought. So I can't really tell you what it is because it spoils things. But there's a car going by and it's distracting me. There's been mention of like a person, and I've been like, how does this connect to anything? I've been brushing it aside, being like, nobody cares. Emma learned something from her birth mother in the last book. And now I'm like, this random ass character, I think I know who they are. And I'm still not sure if somebody connected to them is the one that killed Sutton, because we did find Sutton's body in this one. Although they think it's Emma because somebody had stole her ID when she first got there and planted it on the body. But I'm still not sure if this person that's connected to this other person is the killer, because like right now that's the track Emma's on, and from me recapping these books, we all know that Emma just like picks somebody and then at the end it's not them. But this is the last book, so could it be them? I don't know. But I'm still suspicious of Ethan, because how come he's the only one that's gotten to know that she's Emma this whole time? Nobody else has figured this out. And then there was a whole secret from the last book, some of his medical records. So I'm like, is he involved somehow? I don't know what his motive would be. But I just wanted to share my epiphany that I had, and we'll see if I'm right. Okay, well, I think my theory was wrong. I think it was a good theory, though. But also, I feel like that character really, we didn't need her. We didn't need her story. I mean, all it did was help the other character look guilty for something. But I have an hour and a half-ish left, And Emma is in trouble right now. Emma is with the killer, and Emma knows that they're the killer, and she's going back to the scene of the original crime. She looking like she gonna die in the same place Sun did. I don't know how she's gonna get out of this. Hopefully she did call Laurel, and hopefully she'll pull through and have sent the authorities. But I'm very curious, because I mean, like, I'm assuming Emma's gonna live. Okay, I'm gonna assume that. How is the family gonna respond to her now? Because I don't remember if I said she did get outed as not being Sutton, and they like changed the locks and don't want anything to do with her. So I'm hoping them finding the real killer, they'll be more accepting of Emma and like understand why she did what she did, because girl just wanted a family. Girl just wanted to meet her sister. I don't think she deserves to be ostracized for that. Your girl just finished 7 Minutes in Heaven by Sarah Shepard, and I ended up giving this 5 stars. This is the last book in the Lying Game series, so really I can't say much about it, but basically in this book series, our main character Emma realizes that she's a twin, and she goes to meet her twin sister, but she never shows, and she ends up getting kidnapped by her sister's friends, and they think that she is Sutton, and she ends up getting this note that's like, Sutton's dead, play along or you're next. So she kind of assumes Sutton's life, and she's trying to figure out what happened to her sister, if she's really dead, you know, just what happened to her in general. Well, obviously with this one being the last book, we're finally going to get real solid answers, and I love this book. Like, I think this one actually might be my favorite. I thought this was a solid wrap up. Once again, if you hear all this sound, I gave the dogs choose to occupy themselves, because, you know, otherwise they're yip. So we get to learn who the killer is in this one. They end up finding Sutton's body. She gets closure on that. The Emma secret is revealed. She is revealed to have been impersonating Sutton. There is fallout, but I really liked it. I did suspect the killer, like, throughout the whole series. I just didn't know the why behind it, and I thought the why was interesting. I just wasn't sure how Emma played into it, like, how she just managed to be there at the perfect time. She was actually kind of, like, led there. Like, it was all sort of planned. So I am super excited that I have finally read the series and finished it, and I'm so excited that now I can watch the show again, because I didn't want to start the show while reading the books because I didn't want to like mix the two together, and I love the show, so I'm going to be starting that soon. I do have to come up with what I'm going to use this book for in the point system. I'm actually like currently making like a brochure, because every time I go to look the stuff up, I have to get on the computer, and I'm like, just print it out, girl, just print it out. So I'm making a little brochure for my journal. So when that's done, I will update you on the point situation. So it took me like 50,000 years to make this damn little brochure, but I did it. Look at it, look at it. It's got like information, and on the back it's got all the prompts. I really like it, you know, despite the fact that it took me all night. But we're here to talk about the points that I read for this book, and I also managed to get in another book last night, so we'll talk about that as well. Oh my god, Cam, you can hear the dogs, they're chewing their little bones, and Cam was on the bed and she's like, she's being so cute with hers, she's playing with it. Like, can I show you guys? Like, look at her. I love her. She better keep that dang bone on that certain blanket though. Sorry for that little interruption. Oh my god, I love her. She's being silly again. Oh my god. Kimmy? You keep that on that blanket. I'll be back. I love her, but I just don't want her to make a mess. That's why I don't let them eat stuff in the fancy dog bed, because I like to lay in the fancy dog bed. I don't want little pieces of food in there. She did try to go in there last night. So, 7 Minutes in Heaven. Pop out the brochure. I'm pretty sure I use this to add XP. So let's talk about the page count first. This was, I think, 300 something. 317. 371. I had the right numbers, just the wrong order. So 371. That gets me 20 pages for page count here. Don't get any bonus prompts, but I do get the gala prompts, the like 10 points for that, because I did read this during the Gala of Peace. So that's another thing. Okay, I forgot the Gala of Peace was this weekend. If I'd known that, I might have planned a little better, but like I missed a whole day. So I did read this all yesterday on the 14th? Saturday was the 14th? Yeah. So I read all this on the 14th. So I started and finished it during the Gala of Peace. So I get 10 points for that. I went back and forth on whether this had the school setting, because at one point they did go to school, but I feel like they really didn't attend school at all in this, so I didn't count that. 4 points for author's name being 2 lines on the cover. Once again, Sarah and Shepard are on 2 different lines. 2 points for an author's backlist. Read a sequel for 1 point. A fast-paced read for 1 point, because I felt like this one was the most fast-paced out of all of them. So, if I can do a little math real quick, that's 8 attacking points. I'm a little unsure if the gala points count for attacking or adding points, so we're gonna keep that separately. So 10 points for the gala, and then what was it? It was 20 points, right, for the page count. 20 points for the page count. Not bad, if I do say so myself. The other book I ended up listening to last night, once I realized the gala piece is going on, and I like did a little strategizing, I did listen to a novella. I listened to Stuck With You by Ali Hazelwood. I'm in my Ali Hazelwood era, obviously. And I finished that one and ended up giving it 4 stars because I enjoyed it. I like the chemistry between the 2 characters. As always with a novella, I feel like it needs a little more story, but as a novella, I thought it was fun. So for that one, I'm pretty sure I decided to attack. And I think I attacked the paladins again. Let's see if I can remember the stuff. No the anywhere in the title for 4 points. Author writes in multiple genres for another 4. Read a book in 1 sitting for 3. And that was it, actually. So, what was that, like 11 points? 11 points, I think, for that. Yeah, I think that's it. 11 attacking points. 10 points for the gala again, because I did listen to it all last night. And it did not count for any bonus prompts. But that is it for this week of the readathon. We are on to week 3 now. And let me gather all the books that I did end up reading this week. It wasn't a lot, but it was some. So I ended up finishing 3 books. I only have 2 here. But I did finish 3, which isn't too bad. It was a lot more than I was expecting. I was thinking I wasn't even gonna finish 1. Yeah, we started the week off real slow. Like, well, I didn't even start this vlog until like Thursday because your girl was feeling rough at the beginning of the week. But I did pull it back around a little bit. So we'll see what week 3 brings. I am still reading Inherit the Stars. Don't talk to me about it, okay? I'm also reading Shield of Sparrows, and I did start a 3rd book today, but I'll talk about that for next week's vlog. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.